With class-leading ride quality, a super nice interior, and some pretty luxurious variants, the Ram 1500 seems like a natural choice for many truckers. But what about the downsides? What are the things that keep many away from Ram's full-size pickup? Here are 7 problems with Ram 1500 you must know. Number 7. Powertrain options. For decades, the Ram 1500 has been synonymous with the Hemi engine. That V8 wasn't just powerful, it also had and still has wonderful sound note that used to make the driving experience complete. But lately, Ram has been criticized for the lack of a more efficient option. Rivals like Ford got turbocharged and downsized, with engines both more powerful and more fuel efficient than Hemi. So Ram decided to address this issue by adding a new turbo inline-6 engine. A 3.0-liter unit that comes in 2 output variants with 420 and 540 horsepower. Both engines run wonderfully, but once again, Ram got into a problem because this change was radical in the way that the moment the new Hurricane Inline 6 was introduced, the Hemi was gone. That's not exactly the transition we hoped for, and once again, though in the opposite way, Ram's lineup feels limited. For comparison, Ford introduced a couple of turbo V6 engines not long ago, but kept the naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V8 Coyote on offer as well. Chevy, on the other hand, still keeps a couple of V8s, but also offers an excellent Turbo 4 as an efficient alternative. Ram is currently missing that variability in the offer, while the V6 with 305 horsepower isn't exactly at the same level as base variants of contemporary rivals. For many potential buyers, that's a bit of a handicap, and a good reason to consider other manufacturers. Number 6. Pricing. In case you've been living under a rock in the last several months, you may be surprised to hear that there are tons of new Ram 1500 models piling at dealer lots. That's right, sales have slowed down, and besides the relatively limited powertrain options, pricing is also one of the key reasons. Because Stellantis, for some reason, didn't want to adapt its pricing policy. Other automakers have been giving nice discounts for a while, but that hasn't been the case with the brands of the former Chrysler Corporation. This has led us to the point where the Ram 1500 is the most expensive full-size pickup of the big 3, with the starting price of around $42,000. For comparison, the Silverado starts at around $38,000, while the cheapest variant of the F-150 goes around $39,000. We can argue about what Ram gives in return for its price and what others do. The Ram 1500 may feature a finer suspension and better interior, but on the other hand, rivals come with better engines in their base variants. But the starting price is just the beginning. Things can get way worse in case you decide to go with something more upscale. The price increases rapidly with every step up you make. If we talk about some of the most popular variants, the Laramie now starts at around $62,000, $5,000 more compared to the previous model year. The limited trim went up $9,000 and now starts at around $77,000. Finally, the company introduced a new range-topping tungsten trim, priced at around $90,000, making it one of the most expensive pickup trucks you can buy on the market. Number 5. Reliability issues. Those looking for a used, few years old example are not really bothered with things we just talked about, but they have their troubles too. Some of them are potential reliability issues. The Ram 1500 may be a full-size pickup, a part of the segment where models are usually reliable, but it's not without issues. When we talk about the 5th generation model, one of the things that comes to mind is the diesel engine that used to be on offer until recently. It may be a great engine in terms of torque and fuel efficiency, but it's also known for oil leaks. As for variants with Hemi engines, Ram owners are well familiar with the infamous Hemi tick, a ticking noise that develops over time. Well, that noise comes from Hemi's familiar problem, the premature camshaft and lifter wear, which can easily lead to engine performance issues and require costly replacements. Also, Hemi engines are well known for their problems with excessive oil consumption, which may not be a major issue, but frequent top-ups seem quite annoying. Not to mention that they can potentially mask deeper problems if ignored. Other than engine troubles, Ram trucks have been notorious for their electrical gremlins, particularly in the case of the infotainment system, but other electronic controls can cause trouble as well. Then there's the famous air suspension, which may guarantee class-leading ride quality, but can be problematic as well, especially if you live in areas with cold winters, not to mention that the air compressor can also cause trouble. Finally, let's not forget steering problems and another common Ram 1500 issue, the excessive play in the steering wheel. Number 4. Tech and safety features. The Ram 1500 stands out as one of the most refined, most upscale models in the class. And while that's mostly true, there are some things to have in mind when considering this pickup. First of all, there's the infotainment system that, as we already mentioned, can be quite annoying with its freezing screen. Also, we could say that once class leading, the Uconnect software is not the most advanced anymore, and rivals offer better interfaces. Then there's the matter of safety features, which are numerous but mostly come as options. Base versions are relatively modest in this aspect, whether you're looking for a few-year-old example or a completely new, recently redesigned truck. Even systems that should be quintessential these days, such as automatic emergency braking, are on the list of options. Features like adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, surround view camera, traffic sign recognition, and many other things are also available, only at extra cost. Number 3. Build quality concerns. The 5th generation of Ram's light-duty pickup had some quite indicative build quality problems, and from what we can hear from the latest reports, things haven't improved much with the recent redesign. One of the most frequent complaints involves water leaks around the rear glass and third brake light, and this is something that's been troubling Ram owners for years, and the company hasn't solved up to these days. These leaks usually occur in car washes and during heavy rains, with water breaking into the cabin and rear storage area. And because of poor sealing, this can often lead to problems like mold growth and staining, while cases of electrical damage have been reported as well. Another common, though less problematic build quality concern refers to uneven panel gaps and misaligned doors, tailgates, or bumpers. It's not exactly a critical issue, as it's mostly an aesthetical concern, but it says a lot about Ram's quality control in recent years. Some owners even reported that the paint chips easily, especially around the front end and lower body panels, which could lead to premature rusting, especially in areas with cold winters and a lot of snow. Number 2. TRX is gone. The Ram 1500 has just been redesigned, and while it brought nice improvements, some things are not as great as they used to be. For off-road enthusiasts, that primarily refers to the fact that the TRX is gone. From their perspective, it's a pretty big reason not to buy the new generation of this full-size pickup. The TRX used to sit at the top of the offer, with its impressive load of off-road features and that monstrous 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine with 700 horsepower. Such a powerful version is what the new generation is missing so badly, even though Ram tried to compensate for this by offering the new RHO version. But the RHO is no TRX. It may feature impressive ground clearance, off-road suspension, and other essential off-road features, but it hides nothing more than the 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-6 under the hood. Don't get us wrong, that's an impressive engine with 540 horsepower, but that's still way below the old 700 horsepower V8. The TRX was notably faster on the straight line, reaching 60 in just 3.7 seconds, compared to the RHO's 4.5. While the quarter mile time was just 12.3 seconds, almost a full second quicker than the new RHO. Number 1. Towing capacity. The Ram 1500 is probably the most refined pickup in the class. It features class-leading ride quality, along with the most upscale cabin among all full-size pickups. But at the same time, it fails where it matters the most, in quintessential tasks for every pickup. Okay, it's not exactly a fail, but work capabilities are not exactly at the level of key competitors. What's really intriguing is that things became worse with the recent redesign. With the discontinuation of the Hemi engine, the max towing capacity went down to 11,580 pounds. It's not a bad result, but when you look at what rivals do, it's a bit of a letdown. The F-150 can tow up to 14,000 pounds. The Silverado 1500 goes over 13,000 pounds, while the Toyota Tundra is good for about 12,000 pounds. So we could say that the Ram is now at the bottom of the pack in this aspect. Could this limited towing capacity be considered a deal breaker? We're not sure, but the fact that the sales have been in decline lately might be quite indicative. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!